Hello and welcome back to Football Manager 2019, where we're playing in Bath City Football Club and trying to take them to the top of Premier League and beyond. Here we are in the very closing stages in Skybet League 2, and we are doing better than we ever could hope here in our first season, I would say. We are on the bubble to be in a playoff spot for promotion to Skybet League 1. We'll very likely miss it though, I would say, but it's up for grabs, I guess you could say, until this season do end. As you saw there in the table, we are like just a couple of points off from the playoff spot, and it's very close, like between 10 teams or something like that. So that's going to be pretty darn interesting here for the last couple of matches. And we have a report here on merch, and we are going to take a look here at his development, and he have improved a lot. That is something we do know, of course, having looked at that in last episode probably, but it's been a while since I played this game here. Now again, just as it was the last time around. Let's see here, anything interesting from the scout? Not really the case, unfortunately. I got so much other stuff going on the channel actually, and this is where we all started here for almost a year ago. This is a series that I will try to keep on going. Let's hear Corey Jordan. Do I want to prolong him? Not too sure. Defender standard. Well, I guess I do want to prolong him. Backup player. So what do we have currently? 2.5. We are definitely not getting more. You're not getting more from a promotion. If you can accept the same or a little bit lower, it would be great. 2.4. 2.4. All right. So that should be fine. We'll do no comment. Yes, I'm doing so much else on the channel, but we're going to stick with this. Try to stick with it at least until the club is in Premier League and beyond. Here in 2019, I don't think we will start a game in Football Manager 2020. At least since this is taking so much time to progress. We could do it, of course, for how we are playing. The new features in Football Manager 2020 is actually really interesting, but I don't think starting over now would be the right thing to do when I'm doing as much other stuff on the channel or playing as many other games on the channel. When we are quite far ahead in our series here, starting from scratch would be very, very time consuming, and I don't really think you would like to see that at the moment, how we are showing the games at least, and we are showing the games raw and slow, just how I like it at least, and I hope you are enjoying that as well. Speaking of that same thing here, pretty much at least, we got the predictions for the match against Oldham, and Oldham are favorites to win the game. We weren't that far behind though, which is good. The training in the first team 7.87 last week, which is really good. And the 23s 7.43, so not that good at all. We'll criticize on Nova here. And should probably criticize a few more players actually. I will criticize Moon here in under 18s. Average in under 18s 7.58, and with that criticize actually it went to quite all right. So let's have a little bit of a better look on the training here for the first team. As that merch is really improving here, as we see. Gray unfortunately not happening too much. Same with Poncelli, Molden, Akan, Morris. Unfortunately not getting better, and the same with Haviland, Charles, Gosling. Haven't really developed here in a couple of months, unfortunately. Jordan, Alloy, O'Connor is losing stats, unfortunately. Akinola not really getting better. We don't really have any other tips for training, so we won't skip that. And let's see here. We'll have players available for the under 23s as usual that needs it for match fitness until they are match fit for 60 minutes per match. So Oldham is 13 in the league and we are 12th, so we are like the last two teams fighting for a promotion. Well, not a promotion spot, but a playoff spot. So we'll see here how we'll do. So Merch, Morris, Molden, Akinola, Akon, O'Connor, Charles, De Helen, Gray, Gosling, and Poncelli. Yeah, I think that's pretty much the correct team here playing. We could, of course, have Heat here instead of Gray, but he's actually not that much better. So how are Jones? Jones is the player that we should be playing. No, not really. So I think we will switch here with Heat and let's see here, and let's have Gray in here again and let Gray play. I think this is the best lineup, and Poncelli and Gosling, of course, together. Yeah, we'll go ahead here and play the game and comment it just as we always do here on Rawslowgaming, trying to be as good commentators as we possibly can, even though we are only watching the highlights and there's not too much to comment in between the highlights, maybe. So let's see here, we'll make changes, and first chance here for Oldham on a corner. It's pretty much cleared, but it's out to Miller there with a shot just over the top bar. So let's have a look at the table. So yeah, Oldham is actually a little bit behind us, or behind this group of teams. If we're losing and they are winning, though, they would pretty much be up with us, so to say. But we'll see here. So far, after one half, not too much happening. Just that one chance, and the scoreline 0-0 after one half for Bassett versus Oldham. Shots 4 versus 4, shots on target 2 versus 2, possession 60-40%. So we are sort of taking charge of the match, but not really converting to chances. So that's not the greatest, but it's not too bad either. Players overall decent, or attackers not really at their top performance, only ratings at 6.4. So we are telling them that we expect a little bit more there. And hopefully that will kickstart the players here in the second half. And looks to be a chance here for Oldham, and it's a shot and it's out for a corner. Pretty decent save there actually by Molden on that long shot. And here's the corner, and cleared out from danger. So closing in on the 60-minute mark, so soon we will do a substitution, but first a chance here for Bassett. The Haviland with the ball passing to Charles here in the middle, to Gray, to Charles, and Charles driving forward and shoots, and saved there by their keeper. showing pretty safe hands there, and a pretty good shot there by Charles, but unfortunately not a goal. A counter-attack here from Oldham, and quite an easy save there for Molden. And yeah, closing in on the 60-minute mark, as said, so we'll do a substitution or two. So we'll play Jordan instead of Morris here. We'll play Sangster, I guess, instead of the Haviland. I think is the best option. We'll play him as a deep lane playmaker. And we'll show some passion here. Start with the shouts, the last few minutes. We'll shout the man more. And only minutes to go here. A draw is alright, but not really the result we would wanted. But it's looking very likely that that's going to be the end result. And this should be the highlight for the final whistle. And that we're out for a goal kick. So I think it is. And there we have it. So the end result for Bassett versus Oldham is 0-0. Shots 6-11, shots on target 3-7, and possession 62-38%. So overall, decently, but our strikers not really getting up to par where they should be basically. So that's a shame. Still 12th in the league here, and as you see, 2 points up to a playoff spot only. And yeah, we don't need to comment about how far clear we are from the relegation zone. We'll continue here towards the next match day, and it's only 1 day rest here, and the next match day against Port Vale, but it's at home at least, so that's good. And while we're moving towards that match day, remember to smash that like button if you are enjoying the show. It's very, very much appreciated, and also if you haven't done so already after 168 episodes and are still watching, hit that subscribe button. It means a lot, really, and it's also a lot easier for you to follow along on the journey and not miss out on any episode, so to say. So for the match against Port Vale here, very much even Steven. And let's see here, quite a few players that we are having ending contracts here for next season. We have O'Connor, we have Gray, and a few other players. So I guess Gray is a player that we want to sign for another year, but we sort of want to wait with him as well. But he is a good backup player no matter how we turn it, really. Sangster don't want to prolong. Alloy I don't really think is a good option. O'Connor, yeah, he's not really developing at all how we want though. So we'll start here with Gray here. It's the only player that we really want to offer a contract. So we'll offer him for just 1 year, I guess. We'll do 1.2, 1.3. Yeah, we'll do 1.3. All right, finalized deal. Youth contracts to expire. And Gosling, of course, is a player that we are going to offer a contract. And he recently rejected a deal, so we'll wait a little bit for that, I guess. Let's continue here. So if you're playing Football Manager, I'd love to hear how you're playing the game and also what you think about our pick, even though it's, like I said, 170 episodes in. Do you think Bassett is a good pick to choose for a low league club. And how are you playing? Are you playing it like me, or are you taking like your top club and playing with them, like Manchester United or Chelsea or something like that, and having all the money in the world to do whatever you want to do, so to say? Or how are you doing? Or are you doing a German series or something like that? I really liked to know, and as you know, replying to everything that you write in the comments section, and definitely reading everything. So just so you know, yeah, now we definitely have a sort of a problem. Everyone being super tired here, pretty much. So how will we do this? I guess we'll play Alloy together with Ponticelli, Poacher, Gray. We could use Heat here, of course. O'Connor. Yeah, we don't really have anyone else. Now then, for the defenders, we will play Jordan, of course, instead of Akinola. Akon. Jones. Yeah, Jones can play. Defender right, we'll play Baker instead of Merch. And that should pretty much be it. O'Connor is the player that we would like to change in the Howland. But we can't really. Well, we can put in Sangster instead of the Howland. So this will be definitely a little bit of a more defensive lineup. But we can't do that much else. No, don't feel like we can do much else. So we got to go with this, and we sort of got to win this match to keep the dreams alive, to have a chance whatsoever to reach that playoff spot, so to say. So we'll see if we'll manage to reach that or not. And what are happening at the moment? Oh, right. So a free kick. I thought that there was some strange bug, but it wasn't. So that's good, and very dangerous free kick there by Portvale, but just outside the goal. And Jesus Christ, that goal kicker looked really dangerous. Looked like Portvale were going to pick that up very easily. Instead, it's the goal for Bassett here in the second minute. Open goal there by Poncelli, and he didn't miss. Adloy picking up, I'd say, a loose ball after not really taking care of the reception. But after that, doing really well, and Bassett are leaning with one goal after 2 minutes here in this quite important match. And next highlight, only minutes after or seconds after, unfortunately, I would say. Especially since it's Portvale that seems to have control of the ball. And a really bad mistake there from the players, send the ball into the middle with Portvale, and it's hitting the post. And really looked like that we're in. But more is coming here. Next highlight, again for Portvale, it looks like. But it's a counter-attack for Bassity. Poncelli with the ball here again. Poncelli versus the keeper, or will he pass? Well, he tries, and the ball goes to Adloy, and it's a goal for Bassett here, extending the lead to 2-0 after 6 minutes here against Portvale. And didn't see this one coming at all. And didn't really see this happening either. 5 players versus 1, and somehow managing to get the ball straight into the striker position and managing to get in at that goal. And yeah, it seems to be crazy many highlights here in this match, because we got another one here in the 8th minute, and already 2 goals in, and one ball to the post pretty much looked like it was in as well. And yeah, just so much stuff happening here at the moment, it seems, and it's a goal again here, or again. Sorry for that. Don't know what I'm saying or doing, but we have a reduction here from Port Vale. So the scoreline now 2-1 for Bassett versus Port Vale in the 9th minute, and a pretty good goal there by Port Vale, but please can have a little bit of a slower game, so to say. Now for a while, that would be nice. And we had it for a while, but we have another highlight here in the 18th minute, looking to be for Port Vale here again, at least. But we never know. Can be that we pick it up and we get a counter-attack, and that's the case. Poncelli versus the keeper, tries to lob it over the keeper, but unfortunately the keeper saves there. So free kick here in the 22nd minute, and it's a goal for Bassett here, extending the lead then again to 3-1 for Bassett versus Port Vale. And a really beautiful goal there actually, and very much in the top left of the corner of the goal. Next highlight here in the 29th minute. Bassett with the ball, passing to Lundström in the middle, up to Poncelli to Heat to Adloy, and it's another goal. And the scoreline now 4-1 for Bassett versus Port Vale after 29 minutes. So yeah, I don't know what I said when I were saying that this will be a little bit of a more defensive lineup. Certainly doesn't look like it, at least. And yeah, next highlight here in the 30-minute mark, Bassett with ball to Sangster, and a penalty I were going to say, but not the case. A counter-attack here for Port Vale instead. Port Vale versus our keeper, and they hit the top bar. So we had, so far in the 30 minutes gone by, we have 5 goals and 2 hits on the framework of the goals. And there we had our 5th goal of the match for Bassett in the 35th minute. 5-1 for Bassett versus Port Vale now, and a super free kick there by Heat, or not a super free kick really, a very bad placement of the keeper, I would say. And next highlight here in the 37th minute, and it's another goal for Bassett here versus Port Vale, and a super mistake there from the keeper or something, and the scoreline now 7-1, or no, 6-1. As you see here, yeah, some stupid animation and pretty much a bug or a badness from a Football Manager there, really. But at least we are fixing our pretty poor goal difference that we had before this match. Or fixing it. It's not perfect, but it's at least better. So I said the scoreline after one half 6-1 for Bassett versus Port Vale. Shots 8-11, shots on target 7-4, and possession 53-47%. And somehow we still got 2 out of 3 thumbs down in the team analysis. But yeah, I would agree with this. The whole team playing superbly. Everything is a goal, no matter how you do it, pretty much. And yeah, first highlight here in the second half, a corner that somehow didn't make its way into goal then, I guess, because that certainly looked like a certain goal, at least considering how it was in the first half. So reaching the 60-minute mark, definitely need to substitute some players. So O'Connor and Morris is the players that we will rest here a little bit. And I'm not really having the correct players on the bench maybe, but we'll put in Merch and Sangster, or no, Merch and Gray, of course, on one wing and one central defender. So we are watching a highlight at the moment here in the 64th minute. So we'll see what happened. A long ball towards our strikers, but the ball to the midfield players of Port Vale, all the way back down to our defenders. And a pretty poor attempt of a long ball, but the ball comes back to us and to Sangster. And again, a pretty poor attempt of a long ball. And here comes Port Vale on a counter-attack. And they cross it in to the penalty area, and it's a goal for Port Vale here. And the scoreline now 6-2 for Bassett versus Port Vale in the 64th minute. And yeah, that doesn't really matter too much. As I said, this was a game that we sort of needed to win. And well, if not a miracle or something is happening for Port Vale, we are going to win in this match. So I'll just be happy when it's over, so to say, with all these damn highlights. And here comes Port Vale again, and a very poor attempt at a lob over the keeper there. Didn't even reach over his hands or something like that. He had to throw himself forward to save that ball, which seems a really stupid way to try to lob the ball. And another chance there by Port Vale, but Molden showing some pretty safe hands there, so that's good. And we'll see here if we will get anything more on this highlight, or if it's going to be over. Gray with a cross towards Poncelli, and it's a goal for Bassett here in the 86th minute. And that's maybe the final goal of this match. Anyway, the scoreline now 7-2 for Bassett versus Port Vale. Could have been a penalty here also, maybe. I don't know. But then again, Poncelli felt like he just tripped, so to say. So 2 minutes to go here of extra time, so I don't think this is the highlight for the final whistle, unfortunately, but you never know. So the ball with Sangster and a long ball towards Adelo versus the keeper, and it's out for a corner. So I think it might be, after all, the highlight for the final whistle, but we'll see. Still 1.5 minutes to go here, and the corner, the ball out to Poncelli to Alloy on the right hand side, and unfortunately cleared by Port Vale, and not much happening. The ball back to our defenders, and now it will be here in the midfield for a little while, I would guess, but not the case. Port Vale comes through here on a counter attack and scoring, so that I will say is the final goal. So the current scoreline here in the 92nd minute out of 92 minutes is 7-3 for Bassett versus Port Vale. And this should be the highlight for the final whistle as well, or not as well, but it should be the highlight for the final whistle here any second. So come on, referee, please blow the whistle. And there we have it. So the final scoreline for Bassett versus Port Vale is 7-3. Shots 16-17, shots on target 9-9, and possession 54-46%. So what a crazy game, and a lot of shots, a lot of goals, and a lot of everything. And I thought it would be a very uneventful game again. So wrong I were. And after that match, Varsity moves up to 9th place in the league, 2 points off from a playoff spot. 5 matches to go over this season before a possible playoff starts. Attending 2,127 to that game, so decently, maybe. I don't quite know. But anyway, that will be everything for this episode. So I hope you have enjoyed it, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye. You have been watching Rawslowgaming, and I hope you have enjoyed. On clicking on the video on the left, you will see the next video in this series, and on the right, our latest upload to the channel. And with that said, thank you again for watching.